Welcome to this look at some cracking new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Searly P. It's Fantastic Friday. It's Friday the 25th of February. We have got some cracking mods today. I'm not going to lie. Stick with it all the way through. We've got some corkers. We have got some updates today. The JCB Teletruck by Ross N mods, the Kaweco Radium 245255260 by Schnibbl modding, the MoosAgrar by 300 by Mirror Z, the Balefork by Leon.kpunkt, the Karma 16 Special Silos by ZoddelZockt, although the update for that is console release. So we're going to be looking at those first. And the Seed Production by Vanquish081 have all had updates today. We're going to start here, looking at some weights and a Balefork. We have got the barrel weight by ikas, 2.55 megabytes download. We've got a 600 kilo and a 900 kilo with an extra concrete slab on the front. I do like these because we've got the options of adding decals and stuff on and changing the colours, so it looks like you've just taken a drum from your company and filled it with concrete and away you go, kind of thing. You'll find this under Tools and Weights. Say these. The 600 kilo barrel weight is 200 for the base one. They are, what have we said today? 5 slots and 6 slots. Comes down to 1 and 1. Options available. We've got decals, no. Fendt, John Deere, Case, New Holland, Class, Massey, Valtra, Deutzfahr, Steyr, Agco, or back off again. That's the same on each of them. Obviously, depending on which one you go for, you might want to change the colour so you can see it better. Without trailer hitch or with trailer hitch. And then colour option. We're going to change it, put it on white, just so you can see the Steyr thing better. We could put it on orange or whatever. That's the first one. The second one, same options for all different designs. So if, say, we go for John Deere, main colour. There you go. Very cool. Indeed. Next, we've got this. This is the Bressel and Lade, Bressel and Lade, Balefork. This by Rick Black Labele, TWD modding, 0.99 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. You will find it under front loaded tools, although I've got it on a telehandler. The reason for that is you can change it on the very end there. Slot count is 2, comes down to 1, so nothing major. But we can have a 2-prong, a 3-prong, a 4-prong, a 5-prong, back to 2 again, front loader or teleloader, telehandler, and then main colour, any one of those 4 for your options. And it's attached to a telehandler at this point, but there we go. It doesn't fold up or anything like that. It's a Balefork. There you go. So that's by Rick Black Labele, TWD modding. Moving on. So these were the ones that were in the update. This is the Karma 16 Special Silos by ZoddelZockt. They are 0.52 megabytes download, 4 slots each on console. They do have lights on the top, and at night they look a little bit like this. What's great about these is they're not expensive. They have 100,000 litre capacity. The only downside to them is when you click on them, these are ones you can have things delivered. So there's 3 versions. There's the seed version, I guess is the best way of putting it. We've got the seed version, we've got a feed version, and then we've got a compound feed version. So this will take seed, lime, solid fertiliser. But as you can see, it's saying there's no more space because I've already filled it to 100,000 litres. Now, I think you can split it, so you could put 30,000 of each if you wanted to in there. But if I go to the next one along, you'll see for this one, we've got wheat, oats. Now, this one's amazing. Total mixed ration, 100,000 litres for 4,619. Grass, same, not a bad price either. Pig food's expensive anyway, so it would be. But silage, that's not too bad either. 18,810 for 100,000 litres. Mineral feed, it's always going to be pricey. Hay's not bad either. Straw, not too bad. But again, we can change that. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can put in. Let's do that. Then change it. Ah, right. So you can't put smaller amounts in. Each one of these will take one product at a time, up to 100,000 litres, which is pretty cool. And then the end one here will do water, liquid fertiliser, herbicide, silage additive, diesel, back to water again, for all various different prices. I think they're fantastic. The price for total mixed ration, it's worth that alone. Absolutely worth that alone. These you'll find under buildings and containers, and you'll see as well the prices of these are £1,000, 1,000 each. Slot count comes down from 4 to 1. That's a no-brainer, isn't it? 1,000. I mean, like I say, just for me personally, the total mixed ration has just blown my mind. I think they're great. The Karma 16 Special Silos by ZoddelZockt. Moving on, we have got this, the Placeable Slurry Trader. This is by Agrario. It is 0.02 megabytes download, 8 slots on console. This is a buy point for slurry. Now, I'm not sure if it's a sell point as well, because it doesn't say it is. Let's go into here. This you'll find under buildings and silos. If we go to the end there, 65 grand. Place this item to buy liquid manure or digestate. Price isn't too bad. I filled up, you know, if you saw the slurry tanker up there, the yellow one, that's a 15,000 litre. That charged me something like 496 or something. I think it worked out at 33 for 1,000 litres of slurry. Well, I say it's not to be sniffed at. Don't really want to be sniffing around here, do we? That's the Placeable Slurry Trader by Agrario. Next, we've got these, and these are brilliant. These are fantastic. I told you, it's Fantastic Friday. Placeable Construction Signs by Univers Simu Modding. 0.55 megabytes download. They're 1 slot each. Prices start at 10, but then vary because these get placed like fences do. So the previous construction signs where we've had individual cones, you've got a line. Now, admittedly, the individual cones where you can pick them up and you can move them and you can put them in the roads and that kind of thing, that's pretty cool. But if you want to put out a load of stuff, we've got cones, we've got the sort of pylons, we've got the thicker ones, we've got barriers, we've got steel barriers, concrete, what are they called? Not armcos. More signs there, metal fencing for construction sites. Now, it does say it's designed to work with the construction mod, which obviously we don't have on console, yeah, for use with the construction tool. But if you're doing some, you know, immersive storyline sort of stuff, you absolutely can. Again, under build mode, these are under decoration and fences. If we go all the way along to the end, you will see where they all are. And it's the same as putting any other fencing and stuff in. We'll do it with the cones because it's just an easy one to go. But you drag them out. You can change direction. It's that easy. But what's also very cool, once you've laid your cones out, or your concrete, or whatever it is you want to do, if you want to, which I thought was very handy indeed, if we go up and we go along to demolish, it's no different to fences. So if we go along, say you put the concrete barriers in, but then you want to leave a gap, you can remove sections of it. The same with the cones. You can click on the demolish button, so you can put a whole string in, but then leave a gap for traffic to get through or vehicles to get through. It's the same like if you want to put the bollard. Oh, I've got to be careful saying that word, haven't I? I've got in trouble with that once before. So you can then just come in and remove ones you don't want if you need a space for something. Same with the fencing sections. Oh, that's brilliant. That works really, really well. The Placeable Construction Signs by Univers Simu Modding. Next from there, we have got all the way on the end here. This is the metal shed with solar panels. It is 3.09 megabytes download. This is by Matej Mods. It's 6 slots. This will pay, it says 80 per day, but obviously it shows you monthly in the build mode. It's 1,920 per calendar month because the whole roof is made of solar panels. It's not a bad size either. What else was on there? 3.09 megabytes download. Yeah, there's no lighting or anything underneath it. But if we go into our menu, this actually was under sheds. It wasn't under generators, which normally when you're generating money it would be. So there on the end, metal shed with solar panels. It's 45 grand, so it's not cheap. But I suppose you then do make your money back. But it's going to take you a while to make your 45 grand back, I guess. Slot count comes down from 6 to 1. And yeah, I mean, it's a shed with solar panels on the roof. Lovely. By Matej Mods. Next, we've got the honey pallet rack. This is cool. 6 pallets at a time this will take. 1.71 megabytes download. 6 slots on console. This is by, I've got to say this right, was it Keltibero? I don't want to get it wrong. Keltibero. Yeah, Keltibero. This was by. Now, obviously, it doesn't come with all these on here. It's just the rack. I placed a load of beehives off around the corner, so you can see what it looks like when the pallets are on it. Use your words, Mr. Silly P. It's kind of what you do for a living. So what I'll do, and because I've got a load of them, as soon as I remove these, I should get some more up here. Let's move those out of the way. Unless, of course, I haven't got enough, but should have. There we go. Then obviously once you've removed them all off there, if you've got no more produced, there won't be any. They'll gradually fill up. There you go. And they'll just keep filling up as long as you've got honey being produced. Rather than having them just stacked on the ground, it's just a nice, neat solution to, I guess, a potential problem. I think you can only place one, usually, per map. But if we go into our build mode, we go to animals, go along to our bees, right at the very end there. Yeah, only one item allowed per farm. It's only 500 to place. Slot count will come down this one from 6 to 1. Yeah, brilliant. Very nice indeed. The honey pallet rack by Keltibero. Moving on, this, I'm just going to keep saying it, just fantastic. Love this. This is the drying fermenter by Hasco. It's not cheap, but there's definitely a but. 15.44 megabytes download. It's 30 slots on console, but as you can see, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, all this, look. It's all fancy. That was all in the red before I set this all off, so that does change as you put things in it. Now, this is a dryer and a fermenter and a silo. So if we go into our mode here and look at our production chains, the farm system drying fermenter, you put in, on the right hand side there, grass, straw or chaff, all three, and grass, straw and chaff. If you want to make hay, it will take grass and a bit of straw, only a tiny little bit, grass and a little bit of straw from the grass, straw and chaff, and 1,000 plus 50 in, you get 950 of hay out, which isn't bad. It's a tiny little loss. If you want to make silage, you can do silage. 700 grass in gives you 700 silage out, a 1 for 1. But you can also make silage with the chaff, which is 1,000 to 1,000. It's actually better cycles per month on the chaff. So if you're going to do chaffing, 1,000 for 1,000, that's absolutely great. So those are the productions you can do. If I turn those on, they should still continue. I have run through some cycles. So we have got some hay and we have got some silage. And as you can see, it's all now storing. So we've got grass, straw, chaff, hay and silage. Now, that's everything to make Total Mix ration. So here's the thing with this as well. I've got my processes running. If I just put grass, straw and chaff in and didn't have any hay or silage, I'm producing the hay and the silage. It's all storing, and as far as storage goes, it will store 430,000 litres of grass, 270,000 litres of chaff, 400,000 litres of hay, 200,000 litres of straw, and 360,000 litres of silage. So if I turned off here my actual productions, I could just use it as a silo and fill it up to those capacities. So when I've produced whatever I'm producing, I can come to here, I can take out my hay, take out my silage, and off I go. If I just want to use it as a silo, I can still put in here, but I can take out from around the side. So I can take out straw, I can take out hay, I can take out silage whenever I want to. I can come around here and just take things out of it. So that also means not only is it a dryer and a fermenter it's a total mix ration plant too, because if I put a feed mixer under here, self-propelled or towed, I can just put in my silage and hay, or my silage, hay and straw to make my total mix ration from the silo, as well as the fact I can use it as a production chain. I think that's brilliant. That's a really handy bit of kit. I also wasn't sure whether you could just put hay or silage in, so off camera I brought some hay. Trigger came up, I put about 3,500 litres of hay in, which put it straight into the storage. So you don't have to produce the hay here if you don't want to. If you've got a load of hay in somewhere else and you want to stick it in here just as a silo, you can. You can then add to it with productions, however you want to go about it. Brilliant! Under building, no, under buildings, under production, under factories. Second one in is 187 grand, like I say, 30 slots, which come down to 2, so it's not cheap for the building. But when you consider you are getting a dryer, a fermenter, a silo, and technically a total mixed ration making machine all in one, I think that's a no-brainer. Awesome. The drying fermenter by Hasco. Moving on. Now, I have tried and tried and tried. I've had various different people message me about this. One in particular about how to pronounce it, and I'm terrible, so I've tried to write it down. Is it Schuitemaker? I always say Schuitemaker, but I think it's Schuitemaker. I think. Did I get it right? Please, fingers crossed I got it right. This is the Siwa 840 by Leon.kpunkt, 7.87 megabytes to download, 8 slots on console. It is a forage trailer, so it will do your grass, hay, straw, silage, those kind of things. It won't do wheat and all that. It's mainly just your forage type. I think they do wood chips as well and sugarcane, if I'm not mistaken. This goes up to a 54,000 litre with an extension on the side. Very nicely made, very nicely detailed, big old unit of a trailer. So if we go up to our trailers, come in one, the Siwa 840, 72 grand for your base version. Slot count will come down to 1 from 8. We've got configuration standard or with extension. Standards 48,500 litres. Extension takes it to 54,000. We've got Trelleborg. I'll zoom in a little bit. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. Under Trelleborg, standard or wides. Under Michelin, standard or wides. And then under Nokian, you've just got those slightly narrower tyres, but communals. Those are your choices on that. There aren't any others on that. I should have bought a tractor over, shouldn't I? Bear with me just a second. So we do have under L1 and right stick up and down, we can raise and lower the shutter. So if you are doing chaffing work, if you had a forage harvester and the spout is throwing it in there, you can. Lighting, as you can see, there's a light on the inside of here as well, which I think is a cracking idea. Unload, something like that. There is a license plate option as well. I'm sorry, I didn't show that. Whoa, what happened there? Whoa. And under R1 and right stick up and down, we can adjust the angle of the trailer. So depending on what's attached to, what it's hooked to, we can level it out a little bit better. So all 3 axles are on the ground. Unless, of course, you're getting to a really steep hill and you want to kind of adjust it to however you want to. So there you go. It's the trailer, does the job, looks good. Some nice options on it too. So moving from there, now we're on to the tractors. This is where things go horribly wrong. Look at them all. Look at them all. What an array. We have got first up the John Deere 7010 by MoosAgrar. 8.83 megabytes download, 17 slots on console. The next one is also by MoosAgrar, the Fendt 500 Vario Gen 3, which we'll get into in a minute. 14.23 megabytes and 21 slots on console, both by MoosAgrar. The John Deere, very nicely detailed, nice looking tractor, sounds good. I think all of these have got doors and windows and stuff that open. Actually, some of them, everything opens pretty much. But it does look nice. I hope I don't have any problems with the menu again. These are, I think, all but, I think as you saw a little bit further down, there's a Zetor. All but the Zetor are all under medium tractors. So the 7010, 92 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down from 17 to 1. We've got the option of Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Continental. I'm not going to read out all the tyre options because we've got 5 tractors to look at, all with multiples of tyre choices. I will scroll through them all so you can see them, but I'm not going to read them all out as we go. It's going to depend very heavily on what manufacturer you like. Often you'll find some won't give you a narrow option. Others will give you a much wider option than others will. You know, some of the manufacturers you'll probably know by now. Mitas normally, BKT normally start with a wider. Normally under your Michelins and your Trelleborgs, you'll get the narrow options thrown in. Some have twins, some don't. And it will be a case of flicking through and finding that selection you like. So, beacon light, no. Left, right, both. Front loader, no. Quick, power, back off again. Engine setup, we've got the 7710, 160 horsepower, 7810, 175 horsepower. If you go for 175 horsepower, with a few changes, we're looking at around 101 grand, depending on what tyre choices you go for and that kind of thing. Changing the beacon lights didn't cost anything, having both beacon lights on there. So yeah, around 100 grand for 175 horsepower. Hop in it. Horn, beacon, lights. Under L1 and R1, left stick side to side opens, sorry, left stick side to side opens and closes the rear window. Let's assume a little bit. Right stick side to side does the left door, and right stick up and down, left door and right door, and some kind of weird ballet if you can get it right. There is a number plate option as well on this. Jump inside. Now, when I did the update 1.3 yesterday, I had a lot of problems with the mirrors and I couldn't fix them. I haven't had any issues since then. I came out of the game and came back in to do some recording yesterday, and the mirrors all seem to be working. I haven't had a flickering mirror since. So potentially, very nice neat and tidy in here. Lovely. Do like the radio on the side there. That's the John Deere. Lights off. So, moving on from there. As I said, also by MoosAgrar, 21 slots. The Fendt 500 Vario Gen 3, 14.23 megabytes to download. Another lovely looking bit of kit with a load of tyre options. I went for the, well, it's a rear twin or rear narrow on with the tyres already there. But I do like the look of that, and obviously I've gone with the petrol blue, which I do like on a Fendt, also under medium tractors. The 500 Vario Gen 3 slot count will come down from 21 to 1. Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. Yeah, so the Michelin on that is just wides and wides and weights. Continental, Mitas, BKT, wides and wide and weights on that. Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg again. Then it says string holder, but I can't work out. Might be a small bracket down the side, or hood protection. I think I went with the hood protection. Front loader attacher, no. Quick, power, off. Engine size, 124, 133, 150, 163 horsepower. Compared to the John Deere we just looked at, for 163 horsepower, this one comes in at 180 grand, whereas the John Deere was 165? For around 100,000. Big difference in the older tractor to the new tractor. Just thought it was interesting. Little thing to point out. Oh, there's different colours there to choose from. Design colour changes the colour of the front protection. So if I put that on orange, for example, so you can mix and match those. Rim colour, red, black or white. License plate option 2, and then I think we jump in this one. We have also got under L1 and R1, left stick side to side opens the roof. Right stick side to side does the left door. Right stick up and down does the rear window. Just double check that. Yep, those are the options of that one. I do like the design of these. Beacons, horn, lights. In that you've got that slightly curved roof, the roof line there, which gives you a little bit better visibility, especially if you're running a front loader or something like that on them, out the front of them. But again, real nice design. Turn the engine off. No startup screens on those, but it doesn't matter. I mean, look at the detail on them. Sounds nice, looks nice. Get some nice tractor mods from MoosAgrar. Engine off. Next, we have got the Massey Ferguson 7720S by LS Agro Ole, 9.98 megabytes download, 18 slots on console. Another really nicely designed one. I went for the red and white only because when I was at Agrotechnica, before the S versions had come out, and they had the prototype there on the stand. It was like this in red and white. There wasn't any detail to it, but it had that shape, and I really like that. So this also under medium tractors. On the very end there, 199,500 for the base model, so we're up a little bit more expensive. This goes all up to a 280 horsepower though. Slot count will come down on this from 18, did I say slot count? 18 down to 1 for any subsequent one. Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental Miters, BKT, Radestein, knock-in and back again. Again, we'll kind of go through. So we've got standard wheel weights, wide 2s. I don't know what it is about a 7 Series on narrows. I do like the fact it's a bigger tractor, but the option for narrows, I've always kind of liked that. Michelin. Continental. Mitas. They've pretty much got the same options at the moment. Oh, this one hasn't got twins under the BKT. Radestein. Nokian. Back to Trelleborg. Warning signs, no or yes. So you have the EU warning signs on there. Front loader attacher, quick, hour or no. Engine size 225, 240, 260 or 280 horsepower. If you go for the full, that's an extra 27,500 on top for that. Main colour, anything on that pallet. Design colour changes the grille colour, so you can either do it to match or contrast with for the grille sections on that. Rim colour, anything on that pallet. Whoa, that's a bit much. And then license plate option as well. That looks grim. Side up. Lights, I do love the lights on these. Horn. Beacons. Under L1 and X, unfold tractor puts those signs out. In or out, L1 and X. Under R1, right stick up and down, does the rear window. L1 and R1 and left stick side to side does the left door. Those are your options on that. That's for you, Mr. Massey. Interior. Oh, that was the thing I was saying. Although the mirrors aren't flickering, I think they're set down towards the ground, because the mirrors, I'm getting some movement on them, but it looks like the ground texture I'm seeing Nothing else. So I don't know if they're not. It's not they're not working. I just think they're pointing maybe in the wrong direction. I haven't got an option to change them. There we go. The Massey Ferguson 7720S by LS Agrario. Next, we have got this, the Zetor Proxima HS120 by AgroTron modding, 11.25 megabytes download, 20 slots on console. We do have a base model version of this, but this is a modded version with a few little extras thrown in there. Again, I mean, it's kind of a given, isn't it? Unless I get a mod that you look at and think, oh, generally speaking, they're good. They look good. Under small tractors this time. Oh, on the very end, 49,500 for the base model. Slot count will come down from 20 to 1. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, Nokian, and back again. Standard, wide, those are choices. Michelin, standard, and wide, I think. Yeah, there's not a lot of options on this. Continental, standard, wide, narrows, we had on the Continental. Mitas, standard, wide, yep. Vredestein, standard, wides, narrows. Nokian just has a communal with nothing else, then back. So only two of them have a narrow option, and the Nokian only has communal. Then we've got front loader attacher, quick, hour or no. Engine size 76 horsepower, 88 horsepower, 96 horsepower, 107 or 117, and a license plate option as well. Again, the front of the I do like a lot of these new tractors. The light layouts on them are brilliant. It looks like an insect, doesn't it, a little bit? But yeah, really nice. Horn, beacon. Now the beacon on this doesn't look like it looks like this kind of I don't know, but it does show up on everything else. It is flashing. It just doesn't look like it is. Lights. We do have on this one unfold tractor. Opens the bonnet. I told you all these things have different things that open and close. Right stick up and down does the rear window. This is under L1. R1, right stick side to side. Where are we going with it? Oh yeah, they just take a little bit of time. So right stick up and down does that left window. Right stick side to side does the other window. And then we've got this one, everything opens. We've got roof, left door, right door. So you can do roof, left door, right door, rear windscreen. You can do the bonnet, you can do the little rear windows. This one, everything opens. So if you're in a hot climate, it may be the perfect tractor for you. Again, very nicely detailed inside. (117 horsepower on the largest size, the HS120. Lovely! Which brings me on to the last of the tractors, not the last of the mods. We've got one more after this, and whoa! It's a doozy, but so's this. This is the Fastrac 4000 by Schnibbl modding, 9.99 megabytes download, 18 slots on console, also under medium tractors. And as you can see, you can have it configured in the 25th anniversary edition with the Union flag, 25th anniversary logo. There's a few other options on this and colour choices as well, but it's nice, very nice indeed. Also under medium tractors, we're back from the small to the mediums again. 176 grand, slot count will come down from 18 to 1. Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and back to Trelleborg again. I'm trying to think now. I don't want to make a sweeping statement. I think all of them have got a narrow. I think all of them have got a narrow and a twin option on this one. Maybe BKT hasn't. Mitas, standard, wide, narrow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all do. Hang on. Oh, right, yeah. BKT only has a wide option. Vredestein. Nokian only has a communal. And then we've got edition standard, 25-year edition, which puts the Union flag and the decal on the door. You have a Bavarian edition. It's very cool. or back to standard. If I go for that one again, customer stickers, you can have the groomer customer stickers, which go on the side of the engine cowling and on the roof, or off again. Front loader attacher, quick, power, or no. Then engine size 167, 189, 220. And then we've got main colour. So if you want to go for the anniversary edition, you would go for the silver, but you don't have to. There's a black. That looks a little bit weird with the Union flag on it. The orange isn't too bad, but we'll go with the silver. And then we've got rim colour again. You can go with that. I saw a couple of pictures of editions that had it like that, but I'm pretty sure it's silver rims if you go for the 25th anniversary edition. And license plate option 2. Let's hop in, start it up. Beacons, horn, lights. On this one, L1, R1, left stick side to side, does that door. Right stick side to side, does that door. Up and down, what does up and down do? Does the rear window. Too many tractors, too many tyre choices, too many options for doors and windows for my liking. We do have the option. Oh, hang on. Do we not have the option on the standard version for changing the steering mode? Have I just imagined that? Maybe I did. Let's close that door. And the window. Interior. To the beacon as well. Again, mirrors are working fine. Nice and tidy. Lovely looking mod. And that's it for our tractors for today, and indeed this week, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, and it's all the way over there. If you like doing cotton harvesting, or you want to do cotton harvesting, but it takes a long time, it does, this could change your mind. The John Deere CS770. And here it is. It's not cheap. 20.92 megawatts download, 19 slots on console. This by Agro Tonho. This will do 100,000 and 100,000. No, it won't. It'll do 10,000 litre bales like the other John Deere in round bale form. But the header on this is not 6 metre. It's 11.4 metres. Look at it. Let's start it up. Unfold the harvester. Does the back, and then does the header. That is nuts. But brilliant. I mean, it does the work of 2 harvesters, doesn't it? Now, we do have the option on here to turn on automatic drop, which I'm going to do. We're going to look inside because under, where are we? L1 and R1, we've got right stick. Which one does which? Right stick side to side opens and closes the door. Right stick up and down moves your display side to side there. It's a little thing, but it does it. Just there. Thought I'd show you it as an option. Nice, neat, tidy interior. We'll have a look at it in the store first under cotton technology. Now, bearing in mind, these are 6 metre headers, and they take a while. This is an 11.4, so not quite double the size, but not far off. So that, in essence, is 2 of those. 913,000 is a lot of money, but the single one at 6 metre is 847. So when you think if you're kind of running it instead of 2 harvesters, that does put the price a bit more acceptable, doesn't it? Does it? I don't know. I'm trying to convince myself. So Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitres, Vredestein, BKT, and back again. There are no options within those. It's just the tyre choices, the sort of the tyre treads. So we'll go through. There we go. Then we've got design 1. This is for the window tint. 2, 3, 4. This is in very sunny climes. And then we got mirrors. Design 1 has mirrors like that. Design 2 puts 4 mirrors, but flat ones. Or Design 3 does the sort of more curved ones, but also with 4, which is what I think I went with. So what we're going to do, actually, let's have a look at the mirrors. I mean, they're out there. You can't adjust them. You can see out of them. You can hire a worker. And off it goes. So in theory, we should be able to harvest the field twice as quickly. And that's kind of the point, isn't it? Double the width header, off you go. I'm going to leave this for a few minutes until we get a full bale come out the back. Love it. We've had some brilliant mods today. I wasn't kidding, was I? When I said fantastic mods, I know sometimes, you know, we have a good mod day, or I'll say, you know, you might get a couple of good mods out of the batch, and that's my own personal opinion. Sometimes we get repetitive mods, replacement mods, ported over mods. Or when you get something new like that, something different, something that makes your life easier, I do like those days, and this has been one of those days. We've had quite a few that will do that. I'm just hoping I've got enough in this field for one complete bale. Bear with me. Where are you going? I've jumped back in because if you see bottom right, this does have pre-chambers like the other John Deere version does. So it will transfer all of that out into the bale, and then off it goes again for the next. It will do that on the 4th time. That'll be the full 10,000 litres, and a bale will roll at the back. Normally, when I say normally, when you get past 5,000 litres, I think it's 5,000 litres, it will give you the option to unload a partially completed bale, but it will normally doesn't let you do that before until you've got to that point. So just to let you know, you should be able to unload a partially completed bale. I'll see you in a second again, hopefully when we get to that point, just so we can double check it too. So if you look top left, if you have automatic drop turned on, it doesn't come up. If you turn it off, it then says unload unfinished bale. So you can unload an unfinished bale if you're panicking, if you've got automatic drop off and you can't work out why. That could be why. And there we have it. There was absolutely no reason at all why it would be any different to the previous ones unloading, but it was worth checking just to make sure. With auto drop off on, there it goes. Move on to the next bale. Lovely. What an awesome bit of kit. And that's it for the mods for today, and indeed this week, unless we get any surprise ones over the weekend, which I don't know if we will. I hope you found that this all useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing, with family, friends, or just spending time on your own. Don't forget the Mr. CDP server. There are 2 servers now. If you want to join the Discord, you absolutely can. There's a link in the description. Join the Discord server. There's a section in there for the dedicated multiplayer server. If you're interested in doing a bit of multiplayer, there's a load of guys on there. They're a great old bunch and they're having a fantastic time. If you want to do a bit of that, Mr. CDP merch is available. If you're interested in picking up some Mr. CDP merch, again, link in the description, and I think by the side of the YouTube videos. Whatever you should choose to do out of all of those things. Thanks for watching.